At a one-day job fair, a law firm interviews exactly 6 students: F, H, J, K, L, and M, one student at a time. The firm interviews each student exactly once. The following conditions govern the order of the interviews. K is interviewed at some time before H is. L is interviewed sometime before K is. M is interviewed immediately before J is. If H is interviewed first, L is interviewed fourth. If F is interviewed sixth, J is interviewed third. Question 1. Which one of the following could be the order in which the students are interviewed by the firm from first to sixth? First condition, K through F. Second condition, L through K can be put together to give you L before K, K before F. Let's look for K before F. K is before F. Not in choice B though. F is before K. Go ahead and eliminate it. L before K. That meets the conditions. M immediately before J. J is immediately before M and C. Go ahead and eliminate it. If H is in 1, L is in 4. H is in 1, L is in 2. Go ahead and eliminate it. If F is in 6, J is in 3. For D, F is in 6, J is in 4. Go ahead and eliminate it. It leaves you with choice E with the process of elimination. Answer E. L, M, J, K, H, F. Question 3. If F is interviewed by the firm at some time before J, then H cannot go. Let's go ahead and create a few game boards. F before H. Let's go ahead and put the, we consider the information L, K, F, M, J. Just to make sure, let's put another game board. L, M, J, K. Now for that one's not going to work because K has to be before J. So we can do M, J. Actually, we're not going to be able to do that because F has to be before J, so we got this world to work with. Now L, K, F, H, M, J. Then Harrison cannot go. We're going to see that M, J have to be together. If H is in the middle, that splits them up. If H goes in 6, that pushes them before. So H is not going to be going in the fifth spot right here, number 5. So let's go ahead and choose D. Answer D, 5th. Question 6. If H is interviewed 4th by the firm, then which one of the following must be true? So we're going to put H here, and we're going to put H here in the 4th slot. Let's go ahead and fill this in as quickly as possible. L, K, F, M, J, M, J, L, K, F. Checking quickly that this meets the conditions. L, K, F, L, K, F, M, J are together. If H is in 1, which is not. If F is in 6, J is in 3. So this had to get switched around. J, M, L. Now we have both worlds that meet the same conditions. One thing we notice right now with both of these worlds, we do have the letter L together in slot 1. Let's go ahead and say Lee is interviewed first, which is visually seen and heard. Answer A. Lee is interviewed first. Question 7. Which of the following students cannot be interviewed by the firm? Second, I see M, K have the ability. So let's go ahead and remove those options. M, K. Now we're left with 3. As quickly as possible, let's go ahead and fill this out. H, J, and L. And let's see which one doesn't work. L, K, F, M, J, L. Oh, M has to be in this position. M, L, K, F, H, H, L, K, F, M, J. Let's see if these three words that we created with the options that are left meet the conditions. L, K, F in order, meaning that L has to be before K, K has to be before F, M, J need to be together. If H is in one, which it is, then L needs to be a fourth, which is not in this one. So let's go ahead and make this one possible. And by making that one possible right now, we went ahead and removed that choice L. So let's go ahead and choose that because that was the one we had to modify. Answer D, Lee. Question 5. Which of the following must be false of the affirmative interview? A, F is interviewed immediately before M. We see that option available in World 7. H is interviewed immediately before L. And at no time in any of the worlds do we ever see H immediately before L. So we can go ahead and choose that option. Answer B. H is interviewed immediately before L is. Question 4. What is the maximum number of students who could be interviewed by the firm at the sometime before Lee? There's 6 pieces in this world. Lee, before Lee, has to go what you consider the self, and also keep in mind that there's going to be variables that go after Lee. So it's going to be L, K, F that have to be after Lee, including himself. So that's 3, which will give you the number 3 left over if you subtract it. Let's go and choose that option. Answer C, 3. Question 2. What is the minimum number of students who could be interviewed by the firm at some time before F? So we're going to have 6. Now before F, we already know that L, K have to be before F. And those are going to be what you consider leaving the remainders, F including the other variables, which will leave you the answer 2. So let's go and choose 2 for the option. Answer C, 2. Game 3. A company personnel office is scheduled orientation session for 5 new employees. M, P, Q, S, and T. There can be up to 3 sessions, 1 on Wednesday afternoon, 1 on Friday morning, and 1 on Friday afternoon. Each employee is to be scheduled for exactly 1 of the sessions subject to the following constraints. Q must be scheduled earlier for Friday session, or Q must be on the schedule for Friday session. S must be scheduled for an afternoon session. T must be scheduled for an earlier session than P. If there is a Friday afternoon session, more employees must be scheduled for the Wednesday afternoon session than for the Friday afternoon session. Question 14. Which of the following could be the schedule for the employee session? Q is on Friday. I see Q is on Wednesday for choice C. Eliminate it. S is in the afternoon. I see S seems to be on the schedule for morning on C. Go ahead and eliminate it. T before P. For T before P, we see choice B, where P is before T. Go eliminate it. If F has a schedule in the afternoon, then there has to be more employees on Wednesday, which is evened out on choice A. Go ahead and eliminate it. Leaves you with the option D. Answer D, Wednesday afternoon, MST. Friday morning, PQ. Friday afternoon, none. Question 16. If S and T are not scheduled for the same session as each other, then which of the following is true? So let's go ahead and create two worlds where S and T are not in the same session together. And by creating these two worlds where we see that S and T are not together, we should be able to determine what the correct options should be to go ahead and move on forward. Now we know that P has to be before or after T. So with that being said, we're going to have what you consider S in an afternoon session. And we have to keep in mind that for that T is before P. Now we have this word right here where first word is going to be Wednesday afternoon, SMT, Friday morning, Q, Friday afternoon, P. Let's go ahead and choose the correct answer. M is scheduled for Friday afternoon. We don't see that in that world. P is scheduled for Friday morning. But modifying the two worlds, now we have T and S separated, with Wednesday afternoon having MT, Friday morning being QP, Friday afternoon being S. We see that P is scheduled for Friday morning. Let's go ahead and choose that option. Answer B. P is scheduled for Friday morning session. Question 17. If M is scheduled for Friday session, then which of the following must be true? So I'm going to go ahead and create two worlds where M is on Friday morning session and then M is going to be in the Friday afternoon session. Now, what we see right now is that T is going to be in Wednesday afternoon, and that's consistent in both worlds. Which of the following must be true? T is scheduled for Wednesday afternoon. That is visually seen and heard in both worlds. Go ahead and choose for an option. Answer A. T is scheduled for Wednesday afternoon session. Question 18. If T is scheduled for Friday session, then which of the following is a pair of employees who must be scheduled for the same session as each other? So same as the last question, we're going to create two worlds where T is going to be on Friday session for both. However, T is going to be on for what you consider a morning session, and then T is going to be on for an afternoon session. And we have to keep in mind that T has to be before P. So right now we see similarities that T and Q are going to be together for what you consider for this world, right, that we created, with Wednesday morning, afternoon being S and M, Friday morning being T and Q, and Friday afternoon being P. So let's go ahead and choose Q and T because we visually see it. Answer B, Q and T. And for those of you guys who can't visually see it, I'm looking right here and Friday morning where T and Q are together. Question 15. Which of the following is a pair of employees who cannot be scheduled for the same session as each other? A, MP. I see MP together here on question 17 world, so I'm going to remove that choice as an option. MQ. I see MQ here, so let's go ahead and remove that as an option. QS. I don't see Q and S together anywhere, so let's go and choose that as an option that's not available. Answer C, Q and S. Game 2. There are exactly 3 apartments, 1, 2, and 3, in the Gladstone apartment building. Exactly 5 tenants live in the building, F, G, H, J, and K. Exactly 3 of the tenants are pet owners. The following conditions hold. No more than 1 apartment is vacant. No pet owners lived in the same apartment as anyone who is not a pet owner. Facility does not live in the apartment that Gabriella lives in. At most, 2 tenants live in one. H, a pet owner, lives with one other tenant. J, who is not a pet owner, lives in number 3. No more than one apartment is considered vacant. All the options meet that. Pet owners and non-pet owners do not live together. H is a pet owner and J is not, and they are in option E. Go ahead and eliminate it. F and G are not to be in the same apartment together. Choice B has that as an option. Go ahead and eliminate it. Only 2 max in apartment 1. A has 3. Go ahead and eliminate it. If H is a pet owner, she needs to be with one other person. And choice D, H is by themselves. So that leaves you with C. Answer C. 1, no tenant. 2, GHK. 3, FJ. Question 11. If G lives in the same apartment as H, then each of the following could be true except. Let's go ahead and create 2 worlds where G and H do live in the same apartment together. Keep in mind, in the last world we created, J is not a pet owner, and we put F in there, signifying that F is not a pet owner as well. So with this information being carried, we see that the first choice is going to be F lives in the same apartment as K. We do not see that option available. Let's go ahead and choose A. Answer A. F lives in the same apartment as K. Question 13. Which of the following cannot be complete and accurate list of tenants living in one? We see that F is available if the condition didn't put G and H together, so F can go in there. G as well can be go in there as well, so let's go remove those 2 options. We do see G and H, so that leaves us with 2 options to play with. F and H in one world, and then in the other world we're going to have G and K. With the option F and H, that is going to be the play, but with G and K, it would not, meaning that H is a pet owner and needs to be with one other person, and if it is with one other person, that's going to mean that there's either 4 pet owners, and that option is not going to work because you only need to have 3 pet owners as far as the condition, so G and K is not going to be able to work out. Answer E, G and K. We went ahead and created 2 worlds where K is not a pet owner, putting K and J in number 3 because J is not a pet owner as well, which puts H as 1, and H has to be with what you consider another person, so we're going to go and choose G, which leaves F by itself in number 2. Now for the second world, we'll put G in first, which puts H and F together in world 2. So right now we have something in common where F lives in 2, and that's true for both worlds. Answer A, F lives in 2. Question 10. If F lives alone in 2, then which of the following could be true? So we're going to create 2 worlds, and we're going to put F by itself in number 2. And then we're going to have what we consider in the first world, K, H on 1, F by itself 2, and G and J together in 3. And now for the second one, I'm going to put H with K again, F by itself, and J, G in third, and try to see something that's consistent right now. Only G lives in 1, no, eliminated. Only H lives in 1, eliminated. Only J lives in 3, eliminated. Only G and K live in 1, no, eliminated. Only G and J live in 3, which is visually seen and heard for the apartment 3 in both worlds. Answer E, only G and J live in 3. For question 9, if at least one tenant who is not a pet owner lives in 1, then which of the following must be true? So we're going to come back to the second world in question 11 because we see K is by itself. We can use that as an example as someone who's not a pet owner. So we have not a pet owner in 1 and 3, which leaves G, H, F as 3 pet owners in 2. Let's go through the options. Exactly 1/10 lives in 1. Exactly 2/10 live in 1. Not true. Exactly 1/10 lives in 2. Not true. Exactly 2/10 live in 2. Not true. Exactly 3/10 live in 2. Answer D. Exactly 3/10 live in 2. During a television special, 5 commercials will be shown. Each of 5 advertisers, F, G, H, I, and K, has available a commercial in 2 versions, a short version and a long version, but only one version of each advertiser's commercial will be shown. The order in which the commercials are shown and for each commercial, whether the short version or the long version is shown, is subject to the following constraints. The long version of both G and K commercials must be shown. The third commercial shown must be long. No 2 consecutive commercials can be long. H commercial must be shown later than I and immediately before K. So the first commercial, what they were considered, no long commercials can be together. So G and K are the long commercials together. G and K together, and choice E, go ahead and eliminate it. The third commercial must be the longest, and choice A, they have I in the middle, and also G is next to it. So let's go ahead and eliminate choice A. The L, what you communicate, is going to be the third commercial must be long, which was already completed. No long commercials are together. For this condition, I has to be before H and K. So choice B, I is after. Let's go ahead and eliminate it. And H needs to be immediately before K. And F and D, F is immediately before K, so go ahead and eliminate it. We'll leave with choice C as the final answer. Question 21. If the second commercial is I, then what is the latest position F could be shown? So I'm going to put I here, and I'm going to make it bold, so that way we know that I is in the third position and it cannot be what we consider relocated. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the information as best to my ability, knowing that the longest commercial has to be third, and G and K have to be shown. And no long commercial is going to be in a row. And I is going to be before H, and H is immediately before K, which is going to put the rearranging the board will put the first world that we created in G, I, F, H, K. And the second world is going to be F, I, G, H, K. We see that F is going to be in the position 3 for the first world and 1 for the second world. So the latest F can be seen as third. So go ahead and choose C. Answer C, third. 22. If F commercial is shown earlier than I, then the only position in which G commercial can be in shown R. So for right now, we're going to go ahead and make 2 worlds. And we're going to go ahead and put F earlier than I. And then with that being said, we're going to go ahead and follow the rest of the conditions where H and K have to be after I. And also G is going to be displayed in what you consider the third position. And for this one, we can go ahead and put G in the first one, I in the second one, F in the third one. And we could have just utilized the world in question 21 to get the answer. So we see that G can be and consider the first and third position for question 22. And if we would have used the first world and second world in question 21, we would have came up with the same answer, where G's in the first and in the third. So let's go ahead and choose first and third. Answer A, first and third. Question 20. If more short commercials than long commercials are shown, then which of the following cannot be true? Instead of coming up with a new word for question 20, let's go ahead and use the previous words that we used. So question 22 was the last one we went over. So for that to be true, where there's going to be considered more short commercials than long commercials, that means that there's going to have to be 3 longs and 2 shorts. And with that being said, we're going to see that the last word had F, G, K as in the long position, 1, 3, and 5, and I and H in the short position at 2 and 4. So which cannot be true? As of right now, we don't see what you consider the G. It's going to be ability to be in the first position because they want the longest one to be in the third position. And also know what you consider commercials that are long can be together. And it has to be more than long than short. So G is not going to be able to get put in the second or fourth position because that would put it next to long. So G is not going to be going in the fourth position at all. Answer B. G commercial is shown first.